You know that feeling, right, when you're speaking English and just a simple word trips you up.
Oh, definitely. We've all been there.
Yeah, that moment where getting your point across clearly feels, well, like a bit of a struggle sometimes.
It's surprisingly common, even for people who are pretty fluent. Pronunciation has its tricky spots.
Absolutely. And that actually leads us nicely into this little slice of life we looked at. It's from a source called English Pronunciation Practice, Cafe Conversation.
Right, the one where Tina's ordering a coffee.
That's it. She has this tiny pronunciation slip up, but it actually shines a light on some really useful practical English.
It's amazing how an everyday exchange like that can offer solid tips for, communicating better.
So our mission today is basically to pull out a few key phrases and maybe one really core tip from that chat.
Yeah, things that can help you listening in, sound clearer, maybe a bit more confident. It's not just about avoiding mistakes, is it?
No, it's about being understood, effortlessly, ideally.
Exactly, making that connection.
Okay, so let's dive in. First up, a real workhorse phrase for asking for things. Can I get? Tina uses it right away.
Can I get? Yes. Super foundational for requests,
Mm.
especially when you're buying something or ordering.
It feels, I don't know, polite, but also direct.
It strikes a good balance. Yeah, you hear it constantly,
Yeah.
way more often than, say, could I possibly have? Or something very formal.
Right. And the source points out how important it is to pronounce can clearly. It seems small.
But it's not. If that can gets mumbled, the whole thing can sound a bit confusing, like, is it a question or...
The examples, can I get a tea? Simple stuff.
But say it clearly, can. That vowel sound needs to be distinct.
Try it yourself. Can I get a tea? Feel the difference?
Yeah, it lands differently. Okay, so after the little coffee mix-up, Tina said something great.
No, yeah, sorry, I'm working on my accent.
Such a useful little phrase. I'm working on. It shows you're trying. You're aware.
Totally. The source gives the example, I'm working on my pronunciation. It just reframes the whole thing.
Exactly. It's not, oh no, I made a mistake. It's, this is a skill I'm developing.
Yeah.
It's quite empowering, actually.
It really is. It takes the embarrassment factor down, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Makes you think, what am I working on in English right now?
It encourages that growth mindset. And then the barista's reply is perfect.
So good. Just no prob, keep practicing.
Supportive, realistic, because, well, that's how you get better, right? Consistent effort.
Keep practicing. It's the oldest advice in the book for a reason. The source repeats it too. Keep practicing your English and you'll see improvement.
It's fundamental. And that little bit of encouragement from the barista, that can make a real difference to someone's confidence.
Okay, so we've got can I get, I'm working on, and keep practicing. 3 solid takeaways.
But there's also that fluency builder tip in the source.
Ah, yes. The tip. Slow down and stress keywords. This feels important for sounding, natural.
This is where we get into the rhythm of English. It's not just single words. It's how they flow together. The example sentence they use is, I'm working on my English.
Okay, I'm working on my English, and the idea is to say it slower, hitting working and English a bit harder. Why those words?
Well, they carry the main meaning, don't they?
Yeah,
Working tells us the action, the effort. English tells us the subject.
right.
By slowing down just a touch and giving those words a little more weight, you make the core message really clear. It helps the listener lock on to the main point.
Let's try it. I'm working on my English.
Hear that?
Yeah, I do. It definitely lands with more clarity, makes the intention obvious.
And it makes you wonder, how often do we rush? We maybe blur the important bits. So slowing down deliberately, stressing the key information, it can be a bit of a game changer.
So, quick recap for everyone listening. 3 useful phrases pulled from that cafe chat. Can I get, I'm working on, and the simple encouragement, keep practicing.
And that really practical tip, slow down a bit and put a little stress on the words that carry the most meaning in your sentence.
It all comes down to being a bit more conscious when you speak, doesn't it?
I think so. Small tweaks, but they add up. They really can improve how well you're understood and maybe just as importantly, how confident you feel.
Definitely. So here's a final thought to maybe mull over. Think about one English word or maybe a short phrase that you find kind of tricky.
We all have them.
Right. So how could applying that slow down and stresses idea help you tackle that specific word or phrase? Give it a try. Experiment a little.
Because ultimately, getting better at communicating is a journey, isn't it? It's about learning, refining, and focusing on practical things like these. You absolutely can speak English more clearly and with more confidence.